What's going on, YouTube? Back with another video. Today is an exciting video because actually I missed my last. I traded yesterday. I didn't get a chance to upload the trade. I didn't get a chance to record it to do a recap. I was just super busy yesterday, but I did end up. I started off with an L yesterday, but then ended the day with the dub. Finished green. But we're gonna get into today's video. Today's video is super exciting for me. It's so crazy how fast things have happened. Because we were just in a combine, right? It may seem like it was fast, but trust me, for me it wasn't. Like, again, I was in a combine for the longest. I mean, I know I watch some of these YouTubers and they're like, oh, you know, they were in a combine for 6 months and they made it to an XFA. They were in a combine for 3 months and 3 long months and made it to an XFA. No, I was in there for about 2 years. I was in a combine for about 2 years, just sweating it out, grinding it out, and finally made it to an XFA. Second time I've ever done that. I did that. The first time I did it was around last year. It hasn't been exactly a year. It's probably been like 9 months ago, 10 months ago. I made it out of a combine into an XFA. Lost that pretty much within a week. But most recently, if you've been following my videos, you'll see that I recently made it out of a combine into an XFA, and now we are here for Payout, which is crazy. As you can see, you know, my background, the image I got pulled up here. We're on Topstep. You can see I have the green check mark. Consistency target 40% or less achieved. It says you're at 33% within the limit. So we've done everything that we needed to do to earn ourselves a payout, and I'm gonna take that payout. You know, never been here before on this platform, so super excited to do that. You know, you want to feel what you've been working hard at. So I think it's important to take payouts and feel what you've been doing. You know what I mean? So you know it's real. You know it's real. So I'm hoping that this is one of many. We're gonna do our best to stay in this XFA as long as we can. Today was a good trading day. It wasn't. There's improvements I wish I could have made, but overall it wasn't bad. So we're gonna get right to it. Hold on, I'm just gonna pull up the screen real quick just so I can transition. Okay, so we're gonna get right into what we did today. Excuse all the markings on my chart, but as you can see, for the MNQ, we had a crazy drop. Okay, let's see if I can zoom in so we can kind of see it better. By the way, I need a new computer. My computer is super slow, laggy. I need a new computer, so I apologize for the slowness. But we're gonna try our best to record a decent video so we can show you a recap. So when I came into the market today, I noticed that we had a nice support and we had some nice resistance, right? We had support down here and then we had resistance up here. We had resistance at like the 30,220s and then support at 30,116, right? And at first, my first trade of the day was a loss because on this candle right here, as we started to come down, I was looking for buys to say, you know what, maybe we'll find support in this area and maybe bounce back up to the resistance, right? But it didn't happen. I put in one contract. I was risking super minimal. It wasn't even $100. I was super minimal risk. Immediately, the trade was invalidated, was stopped out, wasn't tripping. Once we had that candle closure below the support, I shifted my mindset to sales. This is where I could have executed better. But I think because I knew payout was right around the corner, and all I had to do was get to the 40% or less, it kind of played with my mind a little bit. So I with this type of trade, the amount of risk, like literally, look, 32 points. And honestly, when it wicked up into that red area here that I have marked out, it was less than that. So this was a perfect trade to put on 4 contracts and just trade it. And I put in 1 contract. I was super hesitant. As soon as I made the funds to knock me down below the 40%, I got out. Which is not the way you want to trade. You want to trade your trade, right? You don't want to be making decisions based on payout, right? So lesson learned. But either way, look at this trade. So I got out here at like 30,009 because I was eyeballing the 30,000 area. And look at that. We went from the 30,000s. It literally dropped 500 plus points within a 30-minute time frame, right? So we left a whole lot on the table, okay? We left a whole lot on the table, but it's okay. I stuck with it. I actually kept watching the market because I figured we would have like some type of rally back up, and I was watching. I was able to identify this resistance here. Let me see if I can get the drawing tool out, make it a little bit more clear. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I identified this resistance right from here to here, right? We had all this resistance right here. So my thought process was if we hold on one second, if we break above this area right here that's resistance, and then we also were starting to form a support right here, right? So the thought process for me was, hey, we may be able to take some buys. And I was able to identify, so I took sells up here, and then I was able to take some buys down here. So as soon as we had that candle closure, we had this candle here that kind of faked us out. Then we had this next candle that opened and then closed above that resistance. I went in. I was only risking 61 points, which is not bad. It was like 100 in, because it was just 1 contract. So I was risking like, it was a little bit over $100. I think it was like 117. And then I was eyeballing this area, but I was like, man, 384 points. Are we really going to get 384 points right now? I was like, no. So I shifted my target to these highs, these prior highs, which were right here. So which was about 135 points. So not bad at all. It was basically a 2-to-1. I'll take that. And that's how we finished out the day. And that was like 11:35. I wanted to be out before lunchtime, so I was able to close out the trade. I could literally close out the trade on this wick right here, on this red wick at 11:45. So it took 10 minutes, and I was out before lunch. I was happy with that, even though if you look at lunchtime, the trade ended up going a little bit higher, which is fine. So yeah, that's how we ended up trading today. Not a bad day overall. Super excited about payout. Yeah, so continue following the journey. Again, I hope this is one of many more. And yeah, can't wait for tomorrow. See you on the